Do you want to look beautiful? Do you want flawless skin? Do you want to get rid of that bothersome fat that's hanging off of your bones? Then look no further than the med spa. All right, so welcome again to our channel, and today we're going to go over the top 5 most common medical malpractice lawsuits that I receive as a medical legal consulting physician regarding med spas. So before we begin, what is a med spa? I'm from Los Angeles, so I feel like you kind of know what a med spa is just driving around, especially in Westwood, Beverly Hills. A med spa is a medical spa that is a combination beauty spa and medical clinic. It provides medical treatments that are focused on the aesthetic, such as non-surgical light and laser treatments, and injectables such as botox. The procedures offered are often non-invasive or minimally invasive. Despite not being a traditional doctor's office, if a med spa offers medical procedures, a licensed physician must be the owner. And alongside, a licensed physician must sign off on every single patient's procedures. That's extremely important. Any healthcare provider administering a medical treatment in a med spa must have proper education, training, and licensure. So this is basically how med spas operate. So you have basically, in my experience, and I've worked on numerous cases that involve med spas, the way it works is that the hierarchy is that the owner-operator is a physician. Usually it's a family medicine physician, go figure. Anyway, so the services offered by med spas include Botox injections, Kybella injections, Juvederm, facials, chemical peels, microdermabrasion, cool sculpting, laser hair removal, acne treatments, plastic surgeries, breast augmentation, abdominoplasty, which is also known as a tummy tuck, and tattoo removal. A medical spa may provide a more relaxed environment for patients, but that does not mean that the standards of care are any lower than at other medical facilities. Conducting medical procedures, even if they are cosmetic or aesthetic, requires a valid medical license. In addition, many states are passing new regulations for medical spa procedures and licensure requirements to prohibit having a cosmetologist providing treatment that should be provided by a doctor. So basically, the reason why there are so many med spa lawsuits is because we find out that it was just a tech or someone who's not licensed, or or maybe it is a licensed esthetician performing a medical procedure on a patient, and the physician is nowhere on site. The physician is probably at home. He or she just gets like 50 procedure notes sent in. They just sign it off and just say that they saw the patient. And so, the thing is, like, once these are litigated against, they have a team of physicians that corroborate all of this. So if someone is lying, we know that they're lying. So today we're going to basically discuss the 5 most common med spa lawsuits that I've seen in my experience. And again, this is corroborated by just data that I've accumulated. And again, it's just data that I found on the internet as well. And coincidentally, or not, rather expectedly, they match. So number 1 will be the most common. That's kind of what I mean. So looking at number 5, it's chemical burns from improper chemical peels. So why? Because there's a failure to properly mix or apply chemical solutions. There could be a lack of pre-treatment skin assessments and patch tests, and there could be inadequate post-procedure care and follow-up. So this is something we see quite a lot, and it's really just either someone, like maybe an esthetician just kind of like, tries to get the job done way too quickly and doesn't take the appropriate amount of time and does not follow protocol to perform the skin peel. And again, skin peels are very drastic. Like, maybe I'll put an image up here, I don't know. But it's kind of scary to look at because basically you're removing the epidermal, you're removing the top skin layer of the face. And there are also some there are some chemical peels that are done for the hands, and it does the same thing. And basically people have to just be indoors away from sunlight for weeks. And there could be multiple chemical peels that a person needs to get the full effect. All right. Number 4 is botched neurotoxin injection. So this, I'm talking about botox, which is botulinum toxin, right? Or Dysport. And there are many different brands, but it's basically the same thing. It's a neurotoxin that prevents your muscles from contracting. That's what it does. All right. So why are there lawsuits against it? Basically, improper injection technique leading to uneven paralysis, injecting into the wrong muscle groups, or lack of knowledge about facial anatomy and neuromuscular dynamics. So this is why, like the saying, you get what you pay for, really holds true. So if you do, my mantra is, if you do anything involving your body, don't skimp out, okay? Like whether that means getting a tattoo, whether it means getting one of these med spa procedures, really anything, like any plastic surgeries, or even if you need an elective plastic surgery, not a corrective, but don't skimp out, because it's your body. You don't want to regret. You don't want to get a nose job that leads to like a septal deviation or a septal hole that will require a follow-up procedure, right? Okay. Number 3, dermal filler complications. So these involve vascular occlusion and tissue necrosis from improper injections, allergic reactions and granuloma formation, and uneven asymmetric or lumpy filler distribution. So this is really like, lip plumpers and things. The strategy that these med spas use a lot of the time is that you sign the informed consent form. So, if you as the client, not really patient, right? You're not, you are a patient because it's a medical procedure, but they call you a client. So if you as the client sign the informed consent form that, oh yeah, like I'm totally fine with these risks happening, it basically, you can't litigate against them, right? Like even if they make a mistake, unless there's gross negligence, you basically signed off that, hey, like these things might happen and I'm okay with that. Number 2 is laser and energy-based treatment injury. So this is sort of matter of fact. It kind of makes sense. You're putting a laser, a really hot thing, onto your skin. And of course it's a different wavelength than infrared, so it doesn't feel hot, but it still packs a punch. And so the settings need to be correct. A lot of the times the settings are incorrect, leading to these skin injuries. So it leads to burns, blisters, permanent scarring from incorrect device settings, lack of proper skin typing and sensitivity assessments. And, depending on how much melanin you have in your skin, the settings need to be different for these devices. And inadequate training on laser or energy-based technology. And finally, the most common med spa adverse effect lawsuit that I've seen in my experience and that we see all across the US, infections from unsanitary conditions. And this is very gross, but it's true. So basically, why does it occur? There's poor sterilization of equipment and treatment rooms, there's failure to follow proper infection control protocols, and there's cross-contamination between clients. If you get these treatments, advocate for yourself, but also, make sure that they're cleaning the equipment. If you have to ask them. That's totally fine, because again, it's your body, it's your health, and no one else is going to look out for you but yourself, right? Okay, so basically the conclusion of this video really is the common thread in these med spa cases is a lack of adequate medical training, following safety protocols and quality assurance measures, and that leads to a lot of, sometimes permanent damages. Prioritizing profits over patient well-being often leads to preventable injuries that can have lasting, disfiguring consequences, many of which I've seen. Again, like, my job is basically to advocate for justice. That's really what it is, on whatever side it is. And I've seen images of clients that have been permanently disfigured because, let's say like even a tattoo removal, like they did not set the settings correctly, so it actually led to a 3rd-degree burn in one of my clients. And so these are things that actually occur. And so really look out for yourself. If you are going to a med spa, just ask them for the exact protocol that they're using. But yeah, so this was a very quick video, just the top 5 most common med spa lawsuits that I see. And yeah, like please subscribe, leave a comment below. like and subscribe, you know, share the channel with everyone you know. But yeah, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. And leave a comment below if you've experienced some sort of med spa injury, or if you know someone who has. If you have any questions about the med spa, like, you know, standard of care protocols, leave a comment. Our team always answers our comments. But yeah, thanks so much, and until next time.